Okay, bear with me while I try and explain this in the best way I can. There's many of you that may be feeling higher levels of intense fear more than ever at the minute. So if you're somebody that struggles with certain fears and anxieties and they seem to be very, very prominent in your mind at the minute, which then gives you that associated horrible feeling in your body, we need to understand what is going on with the planet right now. Some of us know this, some of us don't. Doesn't matter, no judgment. But I'm hoping this gets to the people that it needs to get to ultimately help them to understand what's going on in their mind. If you've got intrusive thoughts more than ever now, okay, what is happening is and I've said this in other videos, the frequency of the planet is rising all the time at the minute. The frequency of the planet that we live on and within is vibrating at a much higher level than it's ever vibrated at before. We are vibrational beings, so we have to match that vibration because we live within the aura of the planet. So what is happening is she's shifting her frequency to higher dimensions, because that is ultimately what planets do. Eventually they move from one dimension of operation to another, and that is what is going on with planet Earth. It was prophesized many years ago that this would happen at this time. This is why we're seeing all the collapses and different things happening and things being revealed. The frequency of the planet is rising, rising, rising. As it's rising, it's pulling you up into those higher frequencies, those more buoyant, nice feeling frequencies. But as it's doing that, it's pulling out of you anything that does not match the higher frequencies. Fear, grief, guilt, pain, traumas, okay? Past things that you might have pressed down or repressed. They're now being pulled up out of you to heal you. But what's happening is, as they're being pulled up by the higher frequencies, they're coming through you, through your mind, through your consciousness, for you to be aware and look at them and say, okay, I realize that you're there. I understand now that I need to let you go so that I can keep increasing the vibration to match that of the planet. Where we're struggling is we hold on to those feelings of anxiety because it forms part of our identity, so we're struggling to let them go. If you can come into a place of awareness and detachment and observe your thoughts rather than letting them pull you in every single time and you keep looping into that same thing, can you look at them and say, right, they're just thoughts. They're being pulled out of me so I can heal them and clear them because they are no longer serving me. In fact, the fears never did serve me. Can I look at them for what they are? Just thoughts, but we take them very seriously because they give us this associated not very nice feeling in the body. So we think, the body thinks the fearful thing that you're thinking about is actually happening. So it gives you that anxiety. It gives you that fight or flight. So can you come into a bit of a more balanced, centered place? And to do that, you could just take 3 deep breaths. That's the best way to do that. And observe your thoughts for what they really are. Look at them, feel them for a moment if you need to. Look at them for what they are, something that isn't serving you, and then let them go. Even if you have to let them go every 5 minutes to start off with, because it's that intense, let them go. Practice letting them go every time. Don't judge them. I hate these thoughts. They're horrible. They're making me feel awful. Don't judge them. You create more resistance then, and it's harder to let them go. Look at them with love if you can. Right, I was holding this anxiety, those fears within me, they never served me. Now I'm realizing they're coming out of my system, they're being purged out of my consciousness so that I can move to the next levels of frequency in line with the planet. I can now see them for what they are and let them go. Even if it takes a good bit of practice at first, you can do it. You will do it eventually. And in time, you'll be a very different version of yourself in the future than you are now. You won't always have these fearful thoughts. If you can understand why they're happening, you can let them go, keep practicing letting them go. And before you know it, you've transformed and you're starting to operate from higher levels of consciousness, which feel better, which feel nicer in the body. I hope that helps. I'll see you again soon. Bye.